I think that a little bit of light dispels great darkness.
Right now, I think our students are really searching for role models. They're really searching out those people that they want to emulate.
I would say 80 to 90% of the students that come and sit across from me in my office don't have a strong adult that they can go talk to.
Where I see a need more for healthy adults, healthy behaviors in kids' lives.
So today I hear young people described in many different ways, and sometimes you hear people sound frustrated about teenagers today, and that's not what I see. I see amazing young people doing amazing things and persevering through a lot in life.
If you're involved with the vast majority of teenagers, you will see that they're very moldable.
I find the kids here have big hearts. Yeah, they make mistakes, but generally speaking, they care. They care about each other. They care about the community.
I think the students that I work with are very open to accepting each other.
They have a lot going on in their lives. We have students working 40-hour work weeks on top of being here.
Kids in schools today have a whole set of challenges. I think mostly it centers around technology. It causes things to be less tangible, so kids don't really have things to hold on to as much.
I think social media has kind of, I guess, added a whole new realm of peer pressure that kids have to cope with today.
Adults who don't regularly work with teenagers would be surprised and honestly floored by the amount of depression, negative thinking, and just general darkness that our students feel. I don't think that people outside realize how depressed some of our teenagers are.
1 in 5 students contemplate suicide or have suicidal thoughts. And that shocks so many people. I think 1 in 5, and from what I see in my office and what we're hearing, that's a very believable, scary but believable statistic.
Most of our kids grow up unchurched, and that might not be so bad, except for that takes away a whole network of adults who kind of have their back. I grew up in a youth group in a church, and even if I didn't know everyone, I knew that there was a group of people that had me covered if I needed it. And I don't think that kids necessarily have a connection with other adults that goes beyond a student-teacher relationship.
To have an adult who truly cares about them and is non-judgmental and will just listen to them and help walk them through what they're going through is huge. I would say that's the most important thing in a teenager's life right now.
Here I am, I'm going to be here on a regular basis. I'm not going to be another adult that's just going to keep talking and not listen to you. And I think Young Life, when I view and see their activity in the school and during the day, I see great listeners.
If you could see the joy I see on students' faces when they walk away from a Young Life leader after they say, "Hey, yeah, I'll see you at your game tonight." The student knowing that they're there for them.
I remember Young Life when they first came and how a very distinct family type of feeling came across to students that were involved.
They accept kids right where they are, and I think that's extremely important for kids to feel comfortable building a relationship with an adult without cleaning up their act first. I've seen it at camp, I've seen it in our school, I've seen it in my house, I've seen it at ice cream fights. Teenagers will go where they fit in and where they're loved. The consistency of adults always showing up for these kids is one of the most powerful things Young Life has to offer the students in our area.
There's so many different things pulling kids in different directions. To have the consistency of the Young Life leadership available and amongst the kids, it takes a commitment. It takes resources. It takes funds. So wherever a person's available, if you care about kids in the community, it's a worthy investment to invest in Young Life.
It's an important part of our school. I want to see Young Life here. It's an important part of young people's life that's missing in so many ways, and Young Life is a way to connect them.
The best thing that could happen is that students, because of their relationship with Young Life, would be brought to Jesus. And if they accept Jesus if they decide to make him Lord of their life, that will affect their every decision for the rest of their life. And I just think the teenagers are worth it.
Last year at this camp, I was able to connect with God and to kind of restart my life and let him sit on my throne. And so he's been developing me, and through that, he has allowed me to pour into these other men that have been here, that I have been able to help point back to Jesus. And because of that, a lot of them have been able to step off of their own throne and let Jesus take control over their lives. And so for this week, it has been an incredible opportunity to watch these awesome men grow. As I was poured into last year, I was able to pour into them this year.
This week has been the first time I actually communicated with God, and I hope I can bring that to Lawrenceburg and my family.
It's really hard knowing that your dad just up and decided that you weren't good enough. But through Young Life Camp, I found out that through Jesus and through God, that you are good enough and you will always have a father, even if you can't always see him.